Okay, so let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for anyone creating content today. How in the world do you jump on a viral trend to grow your audience without sounding like a carbon copy of everyone else? Today, we're going to dig into a tool called Trend AI that says it has the answer. And this whole thing kicks off with a problem that I think, well, pretty much all of us have felt. It's captured perfectly in this tweet. You spend all this time giving an AI context, telling it about your brand, your voice, and then a few prompts later, it's like it has amnesia. It's back to being generic, forgetful, and honestly, for creators trying to build something unique, that's a huge problem. And that right there, that's the big question, isn't it? It's the central dilemma for every creator, every small business out there. You see some topic just blowing up online, and you know you need to be in that conversation. But how do you do it in a way that feels real, that actually sounds like you? So this question, it really gets to the core of what I like to call the creator's content dilemma. It's this constant push and pull, this frustrating balancing act that every single creator knows all too well. How do I get seen without selling out my own voice? Think about it. On the one hand, you've got this insane pressure to trend. You're doom scrolling for ideas, you've got major FOMO, and you're trying to make yourself heard over all that viral noise. But then on the other hand, there's this absolute non-negotiable need to be authentic. You have to be true to what you know to build real trust and create stuff that actually connects with people. It always feels like you have to choose. But what if that's a false choice? What if you didn't have to pick a side? What if the real solution was an AI that could fix this whole dilemma by doing the one thing most others just can't seem to do? Remember who you are. This is exactly where the idea of an AI with memory comes into play. So, at the core of Trend AI is this thing called the memory graph. Now, the easiest way to think about it, it's like your own personal AI brain. It's a knowledge base that you build yourself, loading it up with your expertise, your unique stories, your brand's specific voice, even what content has crushed it for you in the past. This isn't about feeding it generic prompts. It's about building a personalized foundation for everything you create. All right, a personal AI brain. That sounds pretty cool, right? But how does it actually, work? Let's break it down, because it's actually incredibly simple. It really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, you build its memory. You teach the AI who you are. Then, that AI goes out and finds trends that are a perfect match for you. And finally, you turn those matches into real, authentic content and publish it in a flash. So it all kicks off right here. The very first thing you do is teach the AI. You upload documents about your background, your expertise, maybe some articles you've written, or even just paste in past conversations. You are actively training it to think like you, giving it a real long-term memory of your unique point of view. Okay, so once the AI has gotten to know you, that's when the magic really starts. It starts scanning what's blowing up in real time on places like X and Reddit. But here's the key difference. Instead of just giving you a laundry list of what's popular, it actually scores every single trend based on how well it fits your specific memory graph. So you're not drinking from the internet fire hose, you're getting a curated list of your best fit picks. And this is where you really see the power of that memory graph. You pick a trend that it matched for you, and bam, it generates multiple drafts instantly. And because it remembers you, you don't just get one generic take. You get different angles, maybe a data-driven post or one that really hones in on a customer's pain point, or hey, even a controversial take to get people talking. All of them are infused with your knowledge, ready to go. The whole point of this system is to just obliterate that gap between, oh, that's a cool trend, and actually hitting publish. It's built from the ground up to take you from that first spark of an idea to a finished, authentic post in just a few clicks. And that includes the last step, getting it out there. And to wrap it all up, you can literally connect your social accounts, like X, and publish the draft you love directly from the tool. The whole workflow is designed for speed, so you can jump on a trend while it's still red hot, not days later. So let's just take a step back and look at the before and after here. This isn't just a small change, it's a total flip in how you work. You're going from that old way, endlessly scrolling, grabbing generic ideas, and slowly losing your voice, to a new way that's all about personalized matches, authentic angles, and one-click publishing. It's a game changer. So what does this actually mean for you day to day? Because that's what really matters, right? This is where it gets super practical. It's about creating content that not only performs better, but also doesn't leave you feeling completely burned out. The end result? Well, it's a bunch of very real, tangible benefits that solve that creator's dilemma we talked about. You're saving hours, literally, every single day. You can finally stay authentic while still being relevant. You're making decisions based on data, not just guessing. And, super important, you own all your data, all your content. Look, at the end of the day, this is really a call to action. It's about moving past those generic, forgetful AI tools we've all been frustrated with. It's about embracing a new way of creating that's smarter, faster, and most importantly, actually sounds like you. So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. The big promise of AI was always that it would supercharge our own abilities. The question now is, if you had an AI that had a perfect memory, that truly understood your unique expertise and your voice, what could you really create? What could you build?